Shall we call this meeting, or why not?
Hear me now? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah.
I was having microphone issues.
Oh dear. I see you've got a different backdrop there, Steffi. Very nice. Another
Yeah,
AI creation.
Yeah, so because I do a morning share every morning and it always has a different image, I thought I'd match that image to Zoom.
Oh.
Looking forward to spring.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got snowdrops and crocuses knocking about. I've seen daffodils. I've seen some cherries in blossom or beginning to blossom, and blackthorn as well in the hedgerow. So we're getting there slowly.
And the days are getting so beautifully long, aren't they?
They
So
are getting longer. Yeah, it is very most pleasant.
Yeah. Hiya, Jazz.
Hello, good morning. You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good.
Good. Okay. Few people are in here. Okay, I'm just going to start. Welcome to Peppercorn AI, the cool stuff. This is like a mixture of showing cool stuff that we've found out in the last week, or usually what I've found out in the last week, or what Steph is up to as well. So so it's all a matter of sharing what we're doing and finding out how we can be more productive in our businesses. I'm recording this meeting, so if you don't want your face to be seen, let me know. I'm sure there's an AI way of blocking people out.
Just switch your camera off. It makes it look easier. Switch your camera off.
Yeah. But we will be introducing ourselves anyway, because it is about business ultimately. So okay, so we'll just kick off by quickly going around the room, and we shall just introduce ourselves, tell us a few seconds about our business and what it is you want out of AI, or what you're expecting it to be able to do for you. So Shirley, you're first. You were the first one in. So
Thank you very much. Good morning, all. I'm Shirley, as my name says. I work in health and wellness. I have been working with Forever Living for the last 13 years. So if you want to know anything about our products, please feel free to ask. I want to learn to use AI to help me to be more visible on social media.
awesome. Thanks. Jane?
Yeah, hi everyone. I work for a company called Invicta Linux. We do IT solutions for small and medium businesses. We specialize in Linux and open source. And I think the possibilities of AI are just endless. You know, I can't think of anything that you can't use it for, really. So I'm dreadfully excited at the moment.
Yeah. Steffi?
Oh, hello, everybody. I'm Steffi Lewis. I'm a SaaS entrepreneur, 30-year veteran web developer. My main business is Your PCM, which is a CRM designed exclusively for UK small business owners. And out of that came Your AI, which is my AI learning playground, that when I think something's good enough, I give it to all my subscribers, and everybody wants to sign up to it. I must tell you about OpenAI's new video tool as well at some point.
Yeah, I was going to do that first, actually. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Hang on a minute, my phone's ringing. Hang on.
Okay. Jazz, tell us a little bit about your business and what you're going to use AI for.
Morning, everybody. I work with micro to small businesses, helping them to grow and predominantly get in front of their next client. So I'm interested in AI, about how we can use it for more efficiency in business, and really just to be a little bit smarter with our time and effectiveness.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Jazz. Jazz, Andy, tell us about you and how you're going to use AI.
So I was a bit late. Yeah, Andy A1 Webstats. I use it in various ways, but at the moment I'm experimenting with seeing if it can analyze the data of our customers in a quicker way than I'm doing it manually, through spreadsheets. So far, it doesn't seem to be able to count very well, but
okay.
Early days, I think, in the development of these things.
Yeah, definitely. Things change every day, as we know yesterday. Mel, tell us about you.
Almost nodded off there. Morning, everyone. I'm Nora. I'm a virtual assistant. The key reason I'm using AI is for social media content. And I'm focusing now more on how I draft questions and obtaining the best results. That's it, really. I use it for anything and everything, to be honest. If something pops up, a bit like Jane. If something pops up I can use it for, I'll use it. Obviously, it still needs quite a bit of editing, but very useful so far.
Yeah, brilliant. Simon, tell us about you and what you.
Hi, I'm Simon Red. I help people with their spreadsheets. I train people in Excel. I'm interested in looking to artificial intelligence because I've been interested since I was at school. And I would, at the moment, I'm thinking perhaps I would start using it in blogs.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Simon. Mickey.
Hi everyone, I'm hiding off camera. I'm Mickey Hall and I work as a freelance consultant in two spaces, one marketing and one customer experience insights, so a lot of research and stuff like that. And both my clients at the moment are very keen to find out if we can use AI in some way in how we create our pitches or presentations and stuff like that. So last week I have been playing with AI, writing emails and then giving them my version and AI version. They like my version better, but I'm sure it's a lot about how I use AI. So I'm very new and I'm really keen to learn the differences and which one is better, if there is such a thing, you know, Copilot versus the ChatGPT. Very, very new to all of this. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, David and I work together on a few projects. I'm currently hiding in a town called Pula, which is in Croatia.
Which I've been to actually years ago. It's got a Roman amphitheatre thing. That's brilliant. Okay. You can also get a ferry across to Venice from there. But when I was, it was still communist when I went over there, and I went across on a really old Russian hydrofoil that was filled the cabin up full of smoke.
You have to come back. It's very different now.
It's probably changed
Yesterday, the tickets went on sale for Andrea Botticelli concert in Arena for this summer.
Oh right, okay.
And it was sold in like minutes. So I'm gonna camp outside and sit outside the Colosseum.
Okay. Right. So we've ran like 3 of these meetings before. Those things are on our website, peppercorn.biz, especially the first one where we go through some of the basics of creating posts and blogs and things. And we're sort of topping up on that. What I'm going to do is talk about Sora that Steffi alluded to. So Steffi, if you want to chip in with this is I'll share my screen and we can.
It's just I'll be building it into your AI as soon as I can.
Yes,
it looks amazing.
I know. As soon as they let us. Yesterday on Twitter, OpenAI announced a new. I'm going to just share that. Can you see that screen? And announced a new sort of video from text facility, and some of the I don't know how well this is going to show up, but some of the so I've gone right to, I've already been through these, so some of them are amazing. So we go, oh yeah, I love that one. Okay, this is like just creating video from text. So some of these, I think this is, you can tell that's AI, but the reflections on the ground and the water, and it says
I don't think a casual viewer would. I think if you're looking for it, you'd know.
Yeah, that's right. And it's again, with these things, it's all about the prompts, you know. A stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with a warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress and black boots, and carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect of the colourful lights. Many pedestrians walk about. So it's quite an extensive prompt. So if you just keyed in woman walking around in Tokyo, you might get an old tramp pushing a pushchair or something. You know, it might not be what you want, what you're looking for. So being specific about those is quite amazing. This is I love this one. This is several giant woolly mammoths treading through a snowy meadow. Their long woolly fur lightly blows in the wind as they walk. Snow-covered trees and dramatic snow-capped mountains in the distance. Mid-afternoon light with wispy clouds and the sun high in the distance creates a warm glow. The low camera view is stunning and capturing the large furry mammal with beautiful photography, depth of field. So yeah, that's good. There is a limit of well, I say limit, I mean 60 seconds is quite a long time, because most scenes in a video would be less than 60 seconds. So the possibilities for these are there, but I think that's quite, the quality is quite stunning, isn't it? You know, and there's this one. Oh yeah, I didn't really get this one, but it's a 30-year-old spaceman wearing a knitted helmet.
They did talk about this being like a trailer for a movie.
Yeah,
it was that good, you know.
Yeah, it could be, because I mean it's cutting to different scenes, isn't it? But it's yeah.
Interestingly enough, you know, that prompt about that woman walking, I just fed it into DALL-E, and that's what you get. So it's something similar, isn't it?
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Being specific, yeah, because it's kind of connected to DALL-E anyway, isn't it?
I suspect it's DALL-E 4 underneath.
Yeah.
No.
So it's yeah, and it's amazing because these places don't exist. They've just been generated by AI, you know, and it's this is some sort of fluffy monster there. I have found with these, I have found one, Erin, that looks like papercraft. It's supposed to be papercraft. I want to say it looks like origami when I saw it earlier. And now I read the prompt. It's a gorgeously rendered papercraft world of a coral reef. So it is supposed to be papercraft, but
That's beautiful.
yeah. So it looks so it does look amazing. That's a Victoria crowned pigeon. Again, it's very specific about what it's looking for: striking blue plumage and a red chest. Its crest are made of delicate lacy feathers, while its eye is a striking red colour. The bird's head is tilted slightly to the side, giving the impression of looking regal and majestic. The background is blurred, drawing attention to the bird's striking appearance. So it's very specific, this one.
So David, do you think that as was the case with content writers when it all came out and they were saying, you know, it's going to take our jobs away and stuff and it can't do the right job, do you think we're going to get the same with video producers as well once this stuff goes out there?
I think it might give people an extra tool. I don't think it's going to take away their jobs as such.
I think the biggest thing
I can see, like, where we are now compared with where we were a year ago, when we had sort of, was it Eddie Murphy eating a spaghetti thing that looked really rubbish, you know, and but this compared to that is just amazing, you know. The only sad thing is this isn't available to us normal mortals yet.
I think the biggest thing it's going to do is it's going to affect the stock libraries, like story blocks and stuff like that. Because if you can envisage you need your B-roll, so all the B-roll clips to put in your videos, you can just get it to create them. So why do you have to pay for them? That's the thing. I mean, you're only paying minuscule amounts for video clips. Same with images and stuff. I never ever go to my stock libraries anymore. I always use, you know, DALL-E 3. Always.
Yeah, it's true. So I mean,
I'm guessing if it is available, it'll only be available on the pay for levels. I suppose.
Yes, definitely.
It'll be in the API and it'll be on the paid levels. I suspect it's GPT-5 and DALL-E 4 underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it'll all be released at the same.
Wow. I love this one. I don't know why. My only disappointment, this is a photorealistic close-up video of two pirate ships battling each other as they sail inside a cup of coffee. Now, I would love it if they were firing cannons at each other. But apart from that, it's there. So again, this is the last one, and then so it's only available. It says it's only available to red teamers. So it's people looking at the harms and the risks as well, you know, because they have to know what to block, in a sense. So again, I've gone backwards on these. So it's creating all those different. That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, you think technically it's just a pile of old TVs, but to actually have creating different TV programs that are not real within each TV screen, I think that's amazing. Yeah, not quite sure what that's all about. It says a petri dish with a bamboo forest within. That's a tiny red pandas running around. I'm not sure what practical application that would other than being a bit of a laugh, you know. So this is Lagos. Is this the Lagos one? Oh yeah, this is reimagining Lagos in 2056. I don't know what Lagos looks like in 2024, so
Much like
can't comment on that. It's probably a lot like this. There's perhaps it's a little bit more, perhaps they've made it a little bit more, looking a bit more wealthier, you know, I don't know. Yeah, kangaroo disco dancing. Again, it's quite it does look like a kangaroo dancing, but it's again, I'm not there. Again, blinking. It's the Zen Garden. Won't go through all of these. Historical footage of California during the gold rush. That's quite a short prompt, but it's yeah, I like that. This was one. If you look carefully at this, the cat has got an extra leg. just as in the final seconds, it brings up another leg, and the right leg is still there. So it's kind of, I think you're right that it is DALL-E, because you've got
Yeah.
So it's got a third leg. But again, it's a matter of regenerating. With all these things, there's paper planes in the jungle. Again, I like that one. Yeah. Large orange octopus seen resting at the bottom of the ocean floor, blending in the sandy, rocky terrain. Its tentacles are spread out around its body, and its eyes are closed. The octopus is unaware of a king crab that is crawling towards it from behind a rock. Its claws raised and ready to attack. The crab is brown and spiny, long legs and antennae. Again, it's a very long prompt. So to get what they wanted, you know, and I get these are going to be their best results, you know, if they were showing it off on Twitter, on X or whatever yesterday. That's what I thought was good. Reflections in the window of a train traveling through the Tokyo suburbs. So you got the reflection in the window coming back in there. I think that's amazing. So it's and same as this as well. It's the prompt. Follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof as it speeds up a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. Dust kicks up from its tires. The sunshine shines on the SUV as it speeds along the dirt road, casting a warm glow over the scene. The dirt road curves gently into the distance with no other cars or vehicles in sight. The trees on either side are redwood, the patches of greenery scattered throughout. The car is seen from the rear, following the curve with ease, making it seem as if on a rugged drive through the rugged terrain. The dirt itself is surrounded by steep hills and mountains with a clear blue sky above with wispy clouds. I can't see much of the sky, but it's
The
quite,
interesting thing about this is if they can actually do consistency across generations, and that's why I suspect it's DALL-E 4, because they did say, you know, the issue I've got with consistency, you know, here's my face, make me a Jedi in Coruscant. That's the thing I need to do. So if you can take a frame from this and say, use this exact same scene, but now view it from the front and give me another 30-second clip, that means you can actually build films, entire films.
yeah.
You know, and that's going to make a massive difference.
Yeah, it will, yeah, for sure. I mean, some of these I haven't seen some of these other ones, because it's you know, it says it has a deeper understanding of language, so it's going to express your text more accurately in the images that it creates. But like Steffi just said, is it, if you keep regenerating, you get different answers every time, which is it's good and bad, you know. So, I haven't seen these, so I don't know what these we've got. The robot's life in a cyberpunk setting. So yeah, it's sort of pretty close up, you know. It's good, isn't it? So, got so much detail in the face and everything. There's a wolf howling at the moon. So, yeah, I suppose it could happen. And golden retriever. Okay, I think that's
look at the lady's hands. They were talking about the hands. See the girls on the left?
yeah,
I'm still having issues like that at the moment.
yeah. So I think, you know, obviously it's come a long way in the last 12 months, and if you imagine what it's going to be in the next 12 months or the next couple of years, it's going to be it's going to be amazing. This is the one with the chair dancing around. I think I've seen this one. So it's I could think of all sorts of fake things you can use them for, isn't it? You know, like I've got a poltergeist in the house, you know. No one's going to believe anything they ever see, are they?
Yeah, the camera never lies is no longer true, isn't it?
No. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that, because there are moral implications, you know, that the things, the safeguards they've got to build in. For instance, faking celebrities, you know, or but if you know, obviously, I don't know if it's going to be defense in court. You know, it wasn't me. That's a fake. You know.
I think it'll become very interesting if you can start putting your own images in there or things. You know, I can think, let's say, for example, I'm targeting a company and I got an image of the front of their building and I want to build that into something else in that way. But then I do wonder whether we start to get into this, you know, what things will they or won't they allow? You know, is that an allowable thing because it's identifying something? It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
it is difficult. They at the moment that Sora is with what's called, I think it's called the red team. So they're making sure it can't create pornography, basically.
Yeah.
But it's things like you're not allowed to feature a precise, you know, you couldn't say make me a video clip with Dominic Cumberbatch in it. It would just give you somebody who looks like Dominic Cumberbatch, roughly, or it will return an error, because that's how it works with DALL-E at the moment. You say, give me a picture of Superman, and it'll give you something that looks like Superman, but it isn't Superman. That's the thing. So that's what they're trying to do. I still think that it's going to allow reference imaging. It's got to, if you're going to do consistency across scenes, you know, and that's what I'm really looking forward to with DALL-E. And I'm hoping that Sora will do the exact same. So you can put a building in there and it'll just do a pan around the building, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But do we think at some point, though, someone's going to spin off another version of it and they're going to allow people to create these things they want to create in some way, bypassing all that stuff, because that's what the people actually want. They want to create Superman, actual Superman.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't know. Can people get their
Hack it in
running
some
on
way.
their own machines? You know?
Yeah.
It won't be it won't be OpenAI that let you do that.
No, someone will just hack it in some way, I guess, and open it up, and then get shut down this week, and then shut down the next week, and carry on doing it.
I know that Midjourney lets you get closer approximations to people. They probably use a different model though. That's the thing. There are models out there that I've seen precise representations of people.
Yeah, it's true.
A bit dodgy though.
Okay. So,
It's
so we'll see what
internet.
we shall see what happens with that, because I think it's going to be it's amazing, but like I say, there are safety issues with it, but I think there'll be practical applications. Like I say, if you can't have consistency across scenes, you know, the videographers are in no danger at the moment, because it's, you know, if you then do your second scene and it's got a totally different scenery and images, you know, even people.
Yeah, they're going to have to build in continuity, consistency. They're going to have to.
Yeah. So then we'll be able to all make movies then, won't we? As long as you can do the script and you can do the prompts, you know, if you're prompt engineering. In fact, I've seen jobs already for prompt engineering being advertised online. So actually being able to write really good prompts is a skill that's going to be worth something.
David, I was just, when you're reading out those prompts there that they're using, I was just thinking to myself, if you have a book, you could just, you know, almost copy and paste some of your text from the story and put it in and create a character to promote your book.
Yeah, as long as it was descriptive it has to be, you know, visually descriptive.
That's right. Yeah. So it was just like, some of those prompts was just like listening to somebody reading a novel or whatever. So I was just thinking, if you have those skills and you actually took those sections to like promote your book or whatever, it could actually give you a nice visual behind an audio in a video format to promote your book and bring it to life, as it were, for the potential reader.
Yeah. Good. Okay. We shall watch with interest, and I suspect it'll be at least a couple of months before ordinary mortals like us get our hands on it. But it's coming down the road, you know. So it's going to be something we definitely want to play with, you know.
Quite interesting. It won't take, because all the stuff that gets generated in your AI takes about 30 seconds.
Right.
So you press the button, it goes off, creates it, it comes back. I suspect this is going to take a lot longer. There's no way you can generate a minute video clip and have it delivered in 30 seconds.
No, it does. Some of them, like the music ones, and if I've got time, I'll show you one of those. But things that generate in music are take, you know, at least a minute and a half to do a 60-second. That's music with just a very simple video, you know, and video is a lot harder to, or it's a lot more resource hungry, isn't it? I mean, I know people have been downloading models onto their computers. What's it called? Have you heard of Pinocchio? It's a browser called Pinocchio, Pinokio. I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in the notes. But you can actually install that on your computer. Then you can add these various AI models without any knowledge of code and everything else. So so that's quite. But everyone, I've been looking at people doing it, and they all say it's just taking up 100% of all their resources whilst they're running it, and it's taking ages to do something. So maybe online is going to be stay with us for those sort of things. Okay, I've been looking at Gemini, you can have, I'll just share my screen again. Gemini. I've been using Gemini this week, and there's I still don't think it's not as good as ChatGPT. I've done
That's a massive rip-off.
But for text, it's really good. As a language model, it's really good. If you want to do anything else, it's not. It says it does images, but mine doesn't at the moment because it's not been rolled out to me. But I have got Gemini Advanced. There are various. It is a paid-for model, so you have to. I think it's $20. Okay, it's $20 a month. The first 2 months are free. It comes with a Google One subscription, which includes 2 terabytes of cloud disk space. It's got a VPN for multiple devices, and from May they're saying you're going to get £4 off any subscription through Google Play, which I guess is only good for Android. But it wasn't specific on whether that's a month or a one-off. I can't. If it was a one-off, it's no point. So I think it could be a month. You get £4 off Google Play. So and there's also access to Google's other stuff, like it's advanced appointment scheduling and Google's photo editing tools as well. So it's not a bad price point. I've tried to do various things, and some things it's some code it does, but it's but the thing that surprised me was the how quickly it responded. I'm just going to make one up. Tell me about Zoom. When was it introduced, and how many users are there? I don't know if it knows the answer, but it seems to. It's going to call me a liar now, but when I've been using it earlier in the week, it's been really quite fast at producing the results. So so Zoom's been around since 2011. Okay. Precisely, they've got no idea how many people are using Zoom, so it says hundreds of millions. And yeah, so I think it's I think it's faster, and it's some things are built in, like if I'm trying to think of a YouTube. Here's like a YouTube. If I share that YouTube video, if I copy the URL and then go back to, tells me screen sharing, I don't want that. If I go back to Gemini, I'll start a new chat. Give me a summary of this YouTube video. It's already built in, whereas you have to use Video Summarizer, which is hit or miss. I found that it's this version is better, but then YouTube is Google, isn't it? So what is it? Yeah. So I guess it's. So this gives me a summary, a breakdown of the instructions of the video with a link back to the video, and you can ask. Can you actually, is there a okay, can you give me a longer write-up for one a better word, and then it'll give you a more extensive version of it. Okay, so now it's creating a more extensive summary than it was before. the other thing, if I just say write a blog on why are leaves green.
Oi.
I'm nicking Steffi's example here. So it's pretty fast. It's written in American English.
Will it explain the science to a 10-year-old though? That's the thing.
Yeah, but the thing I like about when you're writing blogs and posts is that you can modify the response and say make it longer, shorter, simpler. You can do that in ChatGPT, but you've got to key it in. But so you can make it simpler. Why are leaves green? It's going to give me a simpler explanation. Yeah, I mean, if you want to explain it to a 10-year-old, then you have to put that in the prompt. So leaves are green because they bounce away the green light from the sun. It's all thanks to that clever helper chlorophyll, which is correct. But it's
Will it generate images?
no, it's image of a leaf. It will say, unless it's changed in the last couple of days. But when I first got it, it said I'm a language. Yeah, only create images, so I can't help you with that yet. So it says it's a language model, not an image generation. So that's kind of a I probably won't continue after my 2-3 months. I know things will change because they've just, I mean, it was, I don't know if people know the history, it was Bard. And now originally it was kind of run as a separate project, but now they've rebranded Bard, if you like. And they've also rebranded Gemini as was, and it's now called, can't remember what it was called before. It's now called Gemini Advanced. You can use Gemini for free. Just go to gemini.google.com. You don't have to sign up, but if you got 2 months free, why not? You know, and then you can use Gemini Advanced. It's more advanced. It's supposed to have greater reasoning, although it does produce pretty good blogs with I mean, screen. While it's not been trademarked, I'm going to use that. So you're more or less getting the same answers with the free Gemini as you are with the other one. But if you've got complex reasoning that you needed to do, then apparently Gemini Advanced is the one to do. But the free version seems okay. So and you guys use Gemini? I know, Jane, you use Bard, don't you? Is yours changed to Gemini now?
It has, yes. But no, I haven't tried the advanced yet, David. But yeah, yes, I think it's pretty good. But as you say, I'm sorry, I'm in and out at the moment because
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it is just a language model, isn't it? And you can't do anything fancy pantsy with it. I've just been looking at that OpenAI. It's amazing. Did you see the Labrador one? It's sorry, Dalmatian. The Dalmatian. That's, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using it. I mean, you can use various tools for this, but it's interesting when you type something in. Like I was looking for a customer who does label printing, and I was just seeing what it thought were the 10 companies that produce labels in the UK. And just to see what it comes up with, it's obviously picking that information up from results and stuff like that. But all the time that your customers aren't appearing in that, it gets you thinking, because people are going to use these things more and more to research things in more detail. It's going to be increasingly important to appear in those types of results as well.
Yeah. I mean, ChatGPT has got a cut-off point where it's got information from the web, whereas
Gemini hasn't. No,
Gemini
has current, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's using Google's obviously using Google's database, and which is crawling websites all the time. But then ChatGPT will have the same thing, I'm sure, because it's using Bing, isn't it? So it's kind of
ChatGPT 4 cutoff is April 23.
Yeah. So there's
Peak iteration moves the cutoff point close to the current time.
Yeah. And the other thing, I played around a little bit with Copilot. Now, Copilot's not pretending to be, well, it is a language model. It's supposedly more to help you with your Microsoft apps and your and coding and things like that. But it's still supposed to be chat. It uses DALL-E and ChatGPT, but I've done a couple of things with it, and I'll just show you. I'm not being overly impressed. This is okay. Your Copilot. You can go to copilot.microsoft.com. You log in with your Microsoft account, and then you don't have to pay anything. It's also built into Office 365, so you've got a thing there. I tried at PowerPoint to help me create some slides, and didn't do a stellar job at all. So I think maybe there's some development going on, and I wouldn't pay for the premium version of it. But I was in Hotel Chocolate the other day, having a cup of coffee like you do, in their coffee place, chocolate place, and next door was Marks and Spencer's, and they said that it was Valentine's Day, and they're selling red roses for 35 quid a bunch, and I thought, well, that's a bit of a rip off, you know. So perhaps I'll send a picture of the 12 red roses instead, being
so romantic,
being the romantic bastard that I am, yeah. So so I keyed in create an image of a dozen red roses for Valentine's Day. It does use DALL-E. It's using DALL-E 3. But it's had somebody, they're not bad images, they just somebody drawing an image, someone creating an image, somebody else creating an image of red roses for Valentine's Day. So I said, okay, put them in a vase. So I thought 12 red roses in a vase would be good. It says, certainly, here's an artistic representation of a dozen red roses arranged beautifully in a vase for Valentine's Day. And it gave me 12 red rose emojis. It says, feel free to imagine the fragrance and warmth of these lovely roses as they brighten up your day. I thought, oh.
I just got a vision of your other half's computer in her ChatGPT or whatever. She's typed, create me an image of my husband with a rolled up picture of roses shoved up his arse.
Yeah, that's right. I bought chocolates, come on, hotel chocolate. So I said, oh, that was rubbish, try again. It said, I apologise for the previous attempt. Let me create a more vivid and delightful image of a dozen red roses in a vase for you. And it gave me 12 red rose emojis. So I said, may these roses bring warmth and joy to your Valentine's Day. I said, add a heart-shaped balloon to them. I thought perhaps it thinks it's doing it and it'll appear if I ask it to do something else. So it said, certainly, here's an artistic representation of a dozen red roses, beautifully arranged in a vase, accompanied by a heart-shaped balloon Valentine's Day. And it gave me 12 red rose emojis and a black heart. So, may this heartfelt gesture bring joy and love to your Valentine's celebration. I said, I think you've gone insane. I asked for a dozen red roses in a vase for Valentine's Day. I apologise for the previous attempt. Let me create a more vivid, delightful image of a dozen red roses in a vase for you. And it gave me 12 red rose emojis. May these virtual roses bring warmth and joy to your Valentine's Day. It seems to be stuck in a loop somehow. So you're giving me 12 red rose emojis and ignoring my request, trying to prick its conscience. And it says, I apologise for the misunderstanding. Let me create a more accurate representation of a dozen red roses for Valentine's Day. And it gave me 12 red rose emojis. It's made these give warmth for Valentine's Day.
Is this how to have a row with AI?
Yeah. I said, you keep giving me the same terrible response and wasting my time and 7 of my prompts because I'm only allowed 30. So he said, I apologise for the repeated inadequate responses. Thank you for your patience. Let me rectify that. Here's a more accurate representation of a dozen red roses Valentine's Day. They gave me 12 red rose emojis. And I said, I think I need to use a different app. You and me are not going to be friends. It said, I apologise if my responses fell short of your expectations. Thank you for this app. And I hope you find a better experience elsewhere. Take care. And he's got a waving hand, which I interpret as a middle finger. So, but that's just my experience, you know.
Would it have been different? Would it have been different if you'd actually said amongst that, create an image?
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's got some memory,
Yeah.
of
I found it loses its path sometimes. You have to re-prompt it, don't you?
yeah. So, but it is telling me it's creating a more accurate representation of a dozen red roses in a vase for Valentine's Day. So it thinks it's doing it. It's just not doing it. Mickey.
Thank you for that. I was wondering if it was worth paying £355, which is what Copilot costs.
Yeah.
I guess not, from what you're just showing.
But that's only my experience, you know. I mean, I would say try it at least, you know, because the things that it might have been having a bad day, it might have had a bad connection, maybe DALL-E was busy and it's gone, you know, it's gone nuts for a little while.
Well, obviously Pilot is free. The basic one is free with those who use Windows, so that's on the system already. The question for me was, would I want to invest £355 a year on a Copilot, which then has a little prompts in PowerPoint and Excel and whatever, versus something like OpenAI? And also, I can't understand, and maybe I need to look at your videos, or different interfaces. Like, I did pay for OpenAI ChatGPT license, but there's different ways to get in, and they don't seem to be connected. Am I doing something seriously wrong? I'm such a novice.
No. Just go to OpenAI, chat.openai.com, and just
okay,
and just go ahead and key in your prompts. It is all about the prompts, though, and we did talk about prompts last week.
I will look at the video.
Yeah,
I've just tried to ask ChatGPT Copilot to give me 12 roses, and it says, would you like me to connect you to Canva?
Okay. All right, okay. And Steffi, tell us about, you know, this is a business network. Tell us about your AI and
Well, it started off as my playground of everything I'm playing with your AI. It creates blog posts for you just by typing in a sentence like "why leaves green." You don't have to mess about with all the heavy lifting. Then it will create the images for you. It'll do audio versions for you. So everything you said, Simon, about creating blog posts, my system will do. It'll do marketing images. It'll do chat bots. It will do avatars. It does all sorts of stuff, and it doesn't cost you 20 quid a month. It just costs you tokens when you use it. So, you know, you can buy 100 tokens and use them over 12 months if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. It's a really useful little interface. It's really good. It's not conversational. You don't, like David just demoed, you don't start a conversation. You just tell it what you want and it creates it for you.
Yeah. Does it create an audio from, like, if you write a blog, does it create an audio? Blog?
Yeah. So you tell it to generate a blog post and it does. And then you're obviously going to want to edit it. So you can actually change it around. It's like you can turn it from American English into, you know, Britishize it, Anglicize it, get rid of the obvious things like in conclusions. You edit it the way you want it, update it, and then literally go through to audios and choose a voice, and it just creates the audio straight from the text. And you can't tell it's not human.
Right.
That's the spooky thing about AI audio. It's got so good now. ChatGPT have actually said, if you create audios, you really should be telling people this is AI generated.
Yeah. Because you could, create.
That's it. On the Your AI blog, I actually have to say everything about this blog was created with AI. And the only thing I did was tweak and change it to make it a bit more Englishy and lay it out better. But the image is AI, the audio is AI, the text was generated from AI. So if you want to see what you can do with it, have a look around the Your AI blog.
Yeah. So that's
very clever. I can't wait for the next version of DALL-E.
No, that's going to be a game changer if we get more sort of better images, because it's
They're pretty good. It has an issue with people. I tend to have to say in my prompt, constant focus on the realism of the people, because sometimes it's like when I'm creating an avatar, if you apply any form of makeup to the avatar, it looks AI generated. If you don't put makeup on it, it looks a lot more realistic. So there's something going on there. But the big key to me is uploading a reference image. So in the avatar builder, you can say, I want female in her 40s. I want her dressed as a Jedi, backgrounder in Coruscant at sunset. And I can do all that, but there's no consistency. I need to be able to upload a passport photo into your AI and use that as a reference for the avatar. So this is what I look like. Make me a Jedi on Coruscant. You know, and that's the thing that we need. And I really hope that comes in version 4 of DALL-E.
Yeah, because I mean, sort of, even Mid-Journey, you can upload a reference image, but it's a bit hit and miss, you know.
Yeah.
With,
Well, I've seen the ones you tried creating.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Just looking at your tokens, Steffi. How does that work? Because obviously there's no pricing on the site at the moment, but will people, is it like X pound per token? How will it work for people?
It averages out about 10p a token.
10p.
Yeah, so a DALL-E image costs about, for me to generate, it's about 14p
Yeah.
per image. So
Yeah.
that's why I charge 2 tokens for it.
Right.
Any text generation on the system is 1 token.
It's
So-
a good model, because if people don't want to use that much, don't want to spend a monthly sub and dive in and out.
Yeah,
That's what I
you're
built it.
creating.
I think it'd be really good if you stuck that into your site. That's really going to help you get more people demoing, because a lot of people will go to it and they won't book a demo purely because they don't know how much it's going to cost them down the line. And now you've said that, I'm thinking, oh yeah, okay, that's affordable.
Well, have a play with it, see what you think. You get 25 tokens free.
It's a good model.
Simon.
Yeah, I understand why you want to be able to upload images, but on also the other end, protecting, because otherwise I could sort of say, well, I want to do something of Steffi which is damaging to her. Here's a photograph I've got of her. Please upload it and create the image. So
yeah, I don't think you could, yeah, that's right. That's part of the safety. Has got safety protocols now. I mean, and I imagine they would, when it can do that, they will definitely be considering it. They're considering it now with those films that we were just watching with the videos. So they will certainly build that in, that you could create a cartoon version of Steffi, say, because, you know, or something that's obviously looks like her but isn't her, but you can, but it's yeah, I understand what you're saying there.
It can be dangerous. I mean, it's like DALL-E won't let you. It won't let you create pornography, full stop. It won't let you create any images that it would deem to be illegal. So like you murdering Roger Rabbit or whatever. Well, yeah, that wouldn't be legal, but you get the idea. So it's got a set of moral rules in there.
Yeah.
And that's going to apply to Sora. It's going to apply to all the next versions. There shouldn't be any reason that you couldn't take a picture of me and turn me into a farmer walking down that lane, you know, because that's okay. That's just a picture. But if you try to put me in a compromising situation, it's not going to work. It's not going to let you do it.
I tried to do I said I want a funny picture or amusing picture of a chicken eating an egg, right? And it wouldn't do it. It said it's against its moral routines to have a chicken. And it was just it was a funny cartoon, because there is a kids cartoon, Peppa Pig, where Peppa's eating a bacon sandwich, you know. So it's not. I sort of would pass most people by.
No, I know the one you mean.
So I was just trying to create something. I'll quickly show you something that is about creating logos, because I did say I was going to do this. Oh, I've lost my Zoom. I'll quickly share the screen, and this is Pinocchio, pinocchio.computer, pinokio.computer, where you can download it, install it, and run AI models on your computer. That's a bit technical, so I'm not going to go through that. What I'm going to do is show you there is there's a website called Hugging Face, in which you can run various models, providing there's spaces. There's not all the spaces, but there is at the moment. But there's an image generator called Stable Cascade, There's so many AIs out there at the moment, but I don't even know what most of them do. But Laura, I do know what that does. But that's for movies and things. And I was going to do avatars as well, but we'll do that next week. Creating talking heads and avatars and things. So if you are involved in that and you want to tell us about those, we can do a screen share. But if we go to Stable Cascade, and we can just there, it just seems to be really good. I've seen loads of write-ups. It said it just seems to be really good at creating logos. So so what was I going to use? I was going to use it.
I'd like to see an astronaut riding a green horse.
Okay, let's key that in. Let's see. It was obviously ready for me because it's sometimes a bit slower than that. But logo for a coffee shop called, I'm just making this up top there just go along, called Muffins. With the this name on the side of a steaming coffee. Now it's waiting because it uses other resources. It's waiting for a GPU to come available. Successfully acquired. Now it sort of generates it. Okay, that's not what I asked for.
But
it's created. But the spelling seems pretty good, and it's produced in there. So it's huggingface.co. Again, I'll put it on the website. But and if you're not happy with it, just press run again, and it'll do it again. So there you go. It seems to have done a better job this time. There you go. So it's done a better job this time. It's got the cream seems to be morphing into the thing. But the thing about these things is you can just keep hitting run and just keep generating it until you're good. But Stable Cascade seems to be a lot of people I've seen talking about it as being really good for logos. So if you want to have a crack at creating a new logo, then that's a good one. So so that's it. Okay. Any comments anyone wants to make before we?
No, just really interesting. Thank you.
No, it's good. And like I say, if anyone wants to bring anything and share something, just let me know, and we'll schedule that in. We'll do talking head avatars next week, and we haven't. And that there'll be some new stuff this week, guaranteed it, because that those images came out yesterday, and I wasn't originally planning to talk about those, but I thought they were so amazing. Obviously, I thought it was worth us sharing those, and just to see what's going to happen. So I think it's an exciting future. So thanks for coming along, guys. I will put these. I'll put this. I'm going to stop it now.